Yo, 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 yo. Yo, yo. Yo, yo. Alrighty. Yeah, I told you, dude, we're not doing Dead Space till next week. Next week we can do Dead Space for sure. 100%. No way this week. 0% chance. No way. Tomorrow we're doing a League stream all day. Same thing with the next day. Same thing with the next day. I think this will be a full week of actually, like, legitimate just League streams. And maybe variety. We'll see. We will see. Bum, 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 bum. I'm leaving soon. I'm going to miss my 1-year sub. You going on vacation? Where is bro going? Where is Brotherman going? U.S. military. Yes, sir. Good luck with that, brother. Good luck and Godspeed, sir.
Is that all you've got? You must have more.
What an interesting day yesterday was for Americans anyways. I'll probably won't be able to see your Dead Space stream next Saturday as that's my orientation for Disney, so be doing that, so remember play it using the Lone Survivor skin.
Is that a free skin? Do I get that for free? Good luck with it, dude. Working for Disney. Where are you? Fucking Florida? Brother must live in Florida. California? I guess, what's in California? Which one is it? World? Land? Disney World? Oh, gotcha. Yes, we're going to start it this coming Saturday. That's the goal. Because in about 2 weeks, 2 weeks from now, we're going to be on this channel. For a little bit. We're going to be on here for a little bit. We've got people arriving tonight. That's why I'm only streaming on this channel today. We've been cleaning all day nonstop. We just basically finished. And they're going to be here in like 2 hours. So I'm not really going to stream like 2 to 3 hours maybe. I don't want to stream on the League channel. If it's not going to be too long. So. We're going to be Bing chilling for a little bit. I mean, we'll see. I haven't played Dead Space in a while. The remake is supposed to be really fucking good. Dead Space, to me, is one of the best games. Like, Dead Space 1 and 2 are some of... They kind of remind me of just Aliens, right? Literally. That's the quality of those games. Dead Space 3 being Alien 3, so like perfect. Works out. Really good. Yeah, I heard the remake was good. Very fucking good. Well, Dead Space 3 is like a couch co-op, play with your buddy type of game. It's not a very good experience otherwise. It's not the worst game ever made, it's just bad in comparison to like the first two. Pretty dookie. Pretty doo-doo. Where's this fucking fan? Holy shit, Gamoli. Is this fan even working? God damn it! It's hot in here, brother. Holy shit. If you want to, you can. That's fine. I'm not playing the game, obviously, but you can ask whatever. Short! He's so fucking short. He's got no knees, only feet and legs. Short. Peace. I don't know anything about giants, bro. Like, from the Warhammer side of things, actual giants, I don't think they do any blacksmithing. Pretty sure dwarves are basically unmatched. You think some of the old dwarves are ugly? Some of, like, what, the 90s Marauder dwarves? I think pre-2000s dwarves don't look very good, subjectively, but, like, post-2000s, you're talking, like, 2006, stuff like that, it's really good. 2007. Because the thing you gotta realize is the old world isn't bent on bringing new things to the table, and if they do so, it's very few. It's a way for Games Workshop to sell things that were already made, but sell them again. It's like a nostalgia trip. A nostalgic bout of sales. Mercenary, the Imperial Dwarves. Yeah, the Imperial Dwarves and, like, the Marauder Slayers is what they're called from that era. They've got their charm. People like them. I actually don't. I don't think they're horrid looking, but they're just not my thing. Everyone prefers their different sculpts. Yeah, the Imperial Marauder Dwarves are a little, oof. They look like potatoes. Well, that I have no idea. Chaos Dwarves being better smiths than dwarves. Maybe not so much in the way of, like, consistency. Pretty sure they're more so inventive than super consistent, but I could be wrong. I don't mess with Chaos Dwarves. They're disgusting. Well, I mean, true, but I have no idea. All I'm saying is the blasphemous Chaos Dwarves, no matter what they do, they still take the L from me. They're disgusting. Vile, horrible, ugly, worthless creatures. They have no value in life. They should just die. They should end themselves now. If all the Chaos Dwarves were to die, nobody would bat an eye. Because they're just worth nothing. They're worth nothing. 0. Now. Unholy, ugly abominations. With the teeth. They got the teeth. Kharadron Overlords? I don't mind them. I think they're the best part of Dwarves in Age of Sigmar, excluding, like, the Dispossessed. The classic Dwarves. I don't hate them. All of the stuff that is kind of like an echo of fantasy, I don't really hate for Age of Sigmar. So, like, the Kharadron, Fire Slayers, aesthetically are kind of gross, but they're still like an echo of fantasy. Bum, 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 bum. No, I like Kharadron. The Kharadron aesthetic is, like, very dwarf. I don't like the Kharadron from a gameplay perspective, because that's, like, the worst. But I like them from, a lore / like, aesthetic. For sure. Warhammer Universe versus Tolkien Universe, who's coming out on top in a brawl? Me. Because it's all in my head. This is all a fucking simulation. I can end the simulation right now. I can leave the Matrix. The Warhammer Universe, the Tolkien Universe, it's not real. It's a simulation. We've been living in the Matrix. Fungus. Yo. Fungus. Alright, let's glue this. Dowie Warrior. Dowie! There are no time for grand speeches. Yo. Alright, let's glue this. I'm so glad the Dwarves are finally announced. This shit is over. The wait is over. Speculation is over. The brain damage is still yet to come. But at least we are free. We are free of the torment of Dwarven pre-orders. Thank God. Wallet damage. Yes. I'm guessing everything I want's probably about 200. The book, the dice, the transfer sheet, the characters, that's it? 300? 200? They're having a pretty sizable release. And there's still even more on the way. So that'll be interesting. I wonder how, hang on. Okay. Squad of Crimson Fists. The Primaris. Too much. Wonder how many people do Crimson Fist in today's society, knowing that, like, I don't think I've ever seen them Primarisified by anyone. Firstborn is always, I'm not really a fan of Primaris, personally. From a lore perspective, I suppose it makes sense, but, like, I've still got a thing for Firstborn just because that's where I started. Initially with Space Marine anything. Dawn of War kind of, goes hard in that regard. Goes hard in that regard. Alright, we gotta clean this up. Holy moly. These did not go together at all. Did they really? That's cool. It's a bit of deep lore then. Never forget them. They're real. What's their, do they still do rules for, like, chapters and shit in 40k? I don't think they do that anymore, right? They've streamlined, like, out very specific things. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, yeah. Different detachments of things. It's just not your whole army is one thing anymore, no? Unless you want it to be. Okay. Yes, I bet you're happy, finally. And guess what? They actually have transfers for Carrick Hearn, which was sick. I don't know if you saw that transfer sheet, but that is beautiful. That's like, that's one of the best transfer sheets I've ever seen. They have like, what, 10 different Carracks and full, like, heraldry? Like, those are amazing. That's sick. Yep. So many cool ones. So many cool ones. You gotta pay for it separate, though. It's gonna be like 10 bucks, which is ridiculous, but like, people are gonna buy it. I'm gonna fucking buy it. I waited too long for that. Patriarch Hunter is classified as Imperial Fist, but it's Crimson Fist rules where you can run any of every. There's no corn dwarves, no. I don't think so. It's weird with 40k that they kind of got out of, like, allowing entire armies to be... Like, if you want to play orcs, it's just Goths, Bad Moons, Freebooters. Instead, it's now, you said, like, an attachment. Like, detachments of units, getting those buffs instead of, like, an army, even though I'm sure you could probably take them all there. Yeah. We do not like Chaos Dwarves. And one of the older Gotrek and Felix stories, one that doesn't really hold up, they encountered a few Chaos Dwarves, and when it was kind of going into detail on how, like, they were slain and everything, and as they were dying, they were kind of, like, thankful for death, you know? Like, they were, like, their souls were still intact, but their bodies were corrupted, and at heart, they were still dwarves. Like, that shit don't sail now, but, like, it was kind of cool to hear something like that, you know? Like, did they really want to turn to Hashut? Did they really want to give up everything for the sake of survival, right? Like, most dwarves would rather just die instead of turn to chaos. Or turn to some unknown being. I don't like them. Maybe I'm just a dwarven purist. Yeah, $10 though for all the transfers, that's a pretty good deal. Something like that. Based on like what the Bretonnian one went for, I'm sure it's going to be the same thing. Finally, the book. Finally, everything. It's like, damn, dude. How long did it take? And it's only wave 1 as well. So I'm wondering if they're even going to release character models for, like, the 2 other lords that they're including. So they're trying to include a young Thorgrim from Clan Ulukson, which is, like, one of the founding clans of Karazakrak. I don't think originally he was from Ulukson. Maybe that might be a change or something. Maybe I read it wrong, but that would be interesting if we're going to get, like, a young Thorgrim model. Or if, kind of like a young Burlock Damonson as well. I don't think we're going to get either of those models, just because in books, typically with fantasy, and even with, like, the Bretonnian stuff, and I think even the Orcs and Goblins, they've included characters that don't have models, which is very reminiscent of, like, what they used to do. Yeah, the made-to-order stuff should be out soon, hopefully. I gave up on the Votan, yeah, I can't get into it. I did hear the new Windrose song, though, which is good. This is the age of dwarves, man. This is it. The dwarves are finally not fucking perma-dead in lore. Or Age of Sigmarified. This is like the classic, like, Dowie coming back in full force. For the first time in 9 years. Roughly 9 years. Pushing 10 years. Because the End Times was, I believe, 2015? Or 2014 or something, and then Age of Sigmar was, like, immediately afterwards. And everyone was dead. Although what was cool, and I still have my books from, like, first edition Age of Sigmar. When Age of Sigmar first rolled around, they allowed you to play every single miniature that you had in fantasy in Age of Sigmar. And the very first books they ended up releasing were basically giant tomes of, like, order, destruction, death, chaos. And within the order tome, they had the entire Dwarven army Age of Sigmarified. Like, all of them. I think excluding the named characters. But, like, you had rules for Dwarf Warriors, you had the Quarrelers, the Thunderers, Rangers, everything. And then over time, they kind of just phased everything out, and everything kind of just went into deep lore, or just went away. Bugman's what? Rangers? The first PDFs that they ended up releasing online did have named characters. Like, they were interesting. Because I still have it. Like, I don't think in the actual books, the printed paid book, you got the named characters, but, like, it was literally a PDF. It wasn't Dr. Disrespect. It was, like, paper PDF. And they had the rules for Thorgrim. They had them for, like, I think Belagar was in there. They had Bugman. They had everyone. Basically, yeah. That's basically what Age of Sigmar is. It's like the sequel trilogy of Star Wars, but in Warhammer. There are things in Age of Sigmar that I don't hate, but most of it I just don't really care for. A lot of the stuff that translated over from, like, Warhammer Fantasy into Age of Sigmar was cool. Either, like, the one-to-one copy because they just survived the lore, or kind of like the reincarnation of something. I don't think I'm a big fan of, like, pure Age of Sigmar armies outside of maybe the Night Haunt. I think the Night Haunt was kind of fine just because it's a bit reminiscent of, like, the ghosts, the ghouls. Well, not the ghouls, because the ghouls have their own army. Yep. Skaven revamp was very good. They had 2 of them as well. They had the initial Codex revamp, and then they had, like, the whole Skaventide thing. And then there's going to be even more. Which is cool. Even more. I had genuinely thought they kind of abandoned the Skaven in Age of Sigmar just because they left, like, the old 2000s models in. Which nobody was buying, guaranteed. But, you know. Still gotta produce them. Maybe you make some money. Even if it's a little bit. Half of the dwarves are Caradron overlords, the other half... Well, there's like 3 parts to dwarves. There's like... Well, okay, let's just say gameplay-wise, there's the Cities of Sigmar, which is your typical classic grudge-loving ancestor, you know, worshipping, classic typical dwarf. Then you've got the Fire Slayers, which are like the advancement of what Slayers were. All of them worshipping Grimnir, hammering fucking runes of, like, power into their flesh and being roided up and then running into battle. Then you have the Caradron Overlords, which are the... essentially like the Engineers Guild on crack. And, that's basically it. They're all kind of like aspects of Dwarven society, just in their own armies now. You've got a bit of everything. But I do think the Fire Slayers are probably the worst. Aesthetically, they just failed in every way. Too samey. Way too samey. Fuck. It's crazy to think the Fire Slayers had, like, a single release that basically fixed their entire aesthetic, and it was solely a warband. Like, if the entire Fire Slayer range had personality and charm, it would be pretty awesome, but they really just lack both. The sculpts are so void of, like, life. There's no personality in any of them. And they're not, like, the worst thing I've ever seen, but they need help. They're definitely not the most exciting thing to look at. The dwarves better in the new Warhammer 100 years before the main event? Pretty sure it's like, what, 2 to 3? And actually, you'd think the further back the dwarves get, the better off they usually are, in a way. Just because they were closer to, like, their ancestor gods and their golden age, so they still have a lot of their runes, they still know a lot of their workings of, like, schematics and everything. A lot of their technology and lore was kind of lost over time, and so the further along you go, they either go back and they try and find it, or it's just gone. But we'll see in the book, because the book will explain everything. Just wait for the journal. Yep. Well, that was Malekith. I was gonna say Malachi. Fucking hell. Malekith literally dooming the entire race for his own selfish gain. What a loser! I need to revisit the End Times, and I need to revisit the War of Vengeance. War of Vengeance books, I think there was only 3 of them. I haven't opened one of those in a while, and I still have them. But there's a lot of cool stuff in those books. A lot of, like, militaristic dwarven things. Fucking airships laced with, like, flame-resistant hide. Taking on dragons. Just a bunch of, like, things you probably wouldn't see too much of these days. Yeah, take it easy, man. Take care, buddy. I must go back and reread those. Hope you have a good time, bud. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is kind of, just a tedious process of, like, going back and forth between things. Just trying to make things better. Carrick 8 Peaks. The End Times Carrick 8 Peaks stuff is pretty interesting. 8 Peaks is just kind of like a shit show. It's like a constant fucking mess of fights. Belagar was, I believe, able to reclaim it for a little bit and then kind of just get fucked. The Queen of the Silver Depths. So much money. Every peak of fortune. As cool as I may think 8 Peaks is, I don't really like the hold too much. It's cool, but... Murph, yo, buddy. Yeah, everyone loves Skaven. I don't love Skaven. Whenever it comes to dwarves, they always have to die. They have to die doing something. They always go down heroically. Right? Kinda sucks that Belagar went out the way he did, but, like, that's just the fate of every dwarf ever. If only the elves won the War of the Beard. Woo! I don't know about that one. Even the writers knew, fuck the elves. It's like, we gotta write about elves? Alright, they're gonna lose. Perfect. I don't know anything about D&D lore. I got no clue, buddy. Zero. I mean, in what setting do elves ever beat dwarves, realistically? But then again, they take them down pretty hard with them. You know, it's not like, oh, it's a crushing fucking defeat for the elves. The elves were absolutely slaughtered. It's like, they kind of shit on the dwarves too, you know? In most cases. What if the War of Vengeance never happened? What if they were actually buddies? I don't think any race could stand against them, to be honest. The magic and, like, martial prowess of elves and the durability and stubbornness of, like, dwarves with all of their gear. How do you beat that? They got tanks. Well, they could have tanks. they got submersibles. They got fucking giant ironclad fucking monstrosities with, like, trillion cannons sticking out the side. Realistically, the dwarves defeat themselves more than other things defeating them, if they were in their prime. You spit on your ancestors with this gunpowder. Destroy it all. We're going back to throwing bones. Okay. Yeah, nobody could beat the dwarves. If the dwarves were left unaltered, like, they probably would have just straight up been the superpower and no one could front them. Nobody could front them. I mean, they're just OP in lore. They're genetically more durable, long-lived. They're incredible smiths, craftsmen, extremely inventive, right? Like, you've been slinging dog shit with a little fork. I've been shooting you with a minigun, a steam-powered minigun. Like, in that setting, you just don't do anything. They're just genetically built different. Genetic diff. Hardworking diff. They are not the same. Okay. Cross, yo, buddy. Who's the coolest dwarf? I mean, Grimnir kind of being like the Doomslayer's cool, you know? It's pretty standard, though. But, like, I kind of like, whenever it comes to dwarves, their ingenuity, and creating things well beyond their, like, the world's, like, capabilities, I suppose. Any of the engineering characters I always found fun. The brightest minds. I think this is pretty good. I want to see more dwarven creations. Things from the vaults. Things from times past. Like, that is super intriguing. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they even had a hand in making the steam tanks, if I'm not mistaken. Or just most of the Empire's, like, advancements period. The old oaths at Blackfire Pass. Saving King Kerr and Iron Bead. Sigmar's such a bro. Why Thorgrim has Grimnir's axe and not Ungrim the Slayer King? Because Ungrim... Well, I mean, Kurazakarak being, like, the home of the ancestor gods at one point, you'd think that that's kind of where their relics would be. You know, the Throne of Power. The axes. Like, Ungrim doesn't really have a hand in that. It's all that royal blood, getting all those good things, getting all them good artifacts. Like, Thorgrim is pretty decked out. He's got some good things. Good old ancestor god things. Fly a skyship into a dragon. That'd be horrible. Call Malachi to do that. You can create something new. I've created this new machine. It's going to kill dragons by flying into them. 100% success rate. It has flown into them. Yeah, Thorgrim dying like that was pretty pathetic. The one dwarf who wanted to make a massive difference, thrown away like fucking gutter trash by some lowly, worthless, disgusting, piss-drenched Skaven? Horrible. It did not fare well for Thorgrim, or his Everpeak guard. Feels so bad. Well, it's either the Skaven or the Greenskins, realistically, who'd be taking out dwarves. At least if you want to be poetic. Eternal enemies kind of, you know, going at it once more. Did any of the orcs kill dwarven characters in the end times? I don't think they did. I don't think the Greenskins had a hand in any of that. I'm pretty sure it was mostly just Skaven. I mean, that's not such a bad gig. You can convert 300 rats and make them look all different, you know? Doesn't sound horrible. You just gotta make sure you're having fun with the hobby. Chaos. You'd think the Greenskins would do something, but I guess not. Hmm. I don't want to have to, like, restart this head. Please, just fix yourself. Hmm. They're not even the same. No shit. Tech Mech series? I have no idea what that is now. Sounds like food. Is it food? Well, I mean, here's the big thing. Nobody knows half of the shit in the end times as to it making sense or not, so I don't think you need to kind of, like, try and justify it, because it just doesn't work. Wrap it up. We've got Space Marines to bring in. Give us the Sigmarines. Looking good. Thank you, sir. Shit. Sorry, I'm trying to get this done so I don't have to look back. I want to finish these Dwarf Warriors. I think I can actually just chop this off, come to think of it. Oh, you know what? No, I can chop it off and replace it with something. Give this guy a different belt buckle. Maybe that will work. Age of Sigmar grind set. Warhammer 40k series fan thing is pretty funny. What are you talking about? I mean, them introducing the Stormcast Eternals was like the one thing that saved it. That was the one thing that actually did numbers for GW. I personally don't get it. I don't see the appeal in, like, Stormcast, but some people love him, and that's cool. Better we get more Warhammer than less, I suppose, right? How does this even look before I put a belt buckle on? Cut it down more. This is plastic. Power metal of Warhammer? I guess it's, yeah, they're easy to get into for sure. But maybe too easy? I don't know. It's just not my thing. Oh yeah, for sure. They just lose part of their humanity every time they die and they get resurrected. I thought that was a known thing though. Is that not really like, is that new lore? What? What? Okay, one sec, BRB. What woman? Okay, we're back. Back in business. Back in Bizzo. Where is the torso? Do 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 do. The lore's been there since first edition. What are you talking with the Stormcast? I own, I think, one of the Stormcast books. Like, army books, not novels. I think I had seen something like that. Okay. So he needs a new belt buckle. I know which one to use, but not right now. None of the bands I listen to right now I've seen live. No. If I was still listening to, like, high school stuff, death metal, tech death, maybe. Maybe I could say so, but current bands, no. I have been in no position to listen to any band live for years. I've never seen any of my favorite bands live. I mean, if they come through your town, why not? It's not too bad. Yeah, they're still touring right now, I believe. A lot of bands do be touring. Making that money. Writing that music. I think we are good to glue this together. What? Huh? Leave it in the thing. No, leave it in the hamper. Put it in the hamper. Put it in the clean hamper. Yeah, just put it in the clean hamper. Oh my god, woman! Put it in the damn clean hamper, woman! God damn it! Oops. Yeah, take it easy, man. I'm gonna be going here soon, too. I got people coming. 9:40? 9:40? The only way to get Warhammer done is just to grind. You gotta grind. So we will be grinding a little bit. Yeah, peace, buddy. It's getting late. Peace, peace, good sir. We're doing nothing but scraping plastic, so I'm kind of in the groove here. Nothing's really going on. We're just chilling. Take it easy, man. That should be good, actually. Cool. Looks good to me. Looks as smooth as it's gonna be. Need a little bit more here. Alright, let's glue this together. We've dilly-dallied enough. How much scraped plastic? Too much. Too much, brother. I'm just about to finish, though, thankfully. Not, like, completely finish everything, but finish 20, Dwarf Warriors. With, like, the basic build. Before customization. And customization is the best fucking part. It's the GOAT. Hmm. Painted minis? Yeah, I have a few here. Hang on. All of them would be test paints, because I haven't had the time to do an army in years, and all of my previous armies have been well sold and gone. So this is kind of like the redo. This is the redo of those armies that are gone. And in the meantime, in building everything, I've test painted, just kind of for fun. Hang on. I'd like to get back into painting, but everything would have to be a one-off right now, just because I don't have things finished with this army. I wonder if that's one of them. It's like a Lord of the Rings dwarf warrior. Not very big. And there was like this guy, this fantasy dwarf warrior. Pretty alright for just mucking about. I'd love to finish an army, but like, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna try and do an underground theme for like this army. The Underway. The Ungrin. Once I get around to it. And that was kind of the concept. Just a broken flagstone. Bit of basing. Some fucked up dwarven iconography. That's the idea. The ancient dwarven highways. I feel like a lot of people don't realize that basing is such a big part of an army. Some people kind of just finish a mini and then throw it with, like, normal basing, but you can make that shit look awesome. You can absolutely theme armies just straight up with basing. It's excellent. Basing. Alright, let's glue. Wait. Alright. Do I try and chop that down? I just do this. Jesus. Ooh, the arthritis. Okay. Okay. Hmm. New music, please. Something different. Sure. Oops. Alrighty. What do we got here? What the fuck is Mochi doing? Hang on. Waifu, yo, buddy, give me 1 sec. Mochi! What are you doing? What?
Shut up, you dickhead, now fuck off!
Mochi's crazy. Snorkel bunnies, thank you, buddy. Oh! Alright. Mochi is crazy. He's a baby. He's baby. Oh, wait, the camera's broken. What the fuck? Huh? Huh? What the fuck? Camera doesn't work. Hello? Operator, it's fucking broken. What? Garbage bag? No. Backpack? Next to the food cabinet thing. There we go. Jesus, that focus is fucking ballsack. Fucking hell. I punched in the chainmail. There you go. Looks cool. Doesn't look at all different, considering these are all hand-sculpted kind of, interesting pieces. Cool. Now we can put a belt buckle in front of that, and it will look normal. What a load of, like, wasted time. I literally just did this. That's what I did. Yeah. Cut the horns off, cut the belt buckle off, re-sculpt it in, like, the chain or the chain wait, I'm having a stroke, sorry. The chainmail. Jesus Christ. That took, like, what, an hour? To not only say that, but do it? Jesus. Looks pretty alright. I'm having a stroke. Yeah, Mochi's crying because Ivana probably walked around the corner. Mochi got... Okay, listen to this one. We have a vacuum, a wireless vacuum, one that you vacuum the floor with. I hung it in the kitchen, and that's where Mochi takes his turds and pees, and he saw this thing and got scared, so he started shitting in Ivana's room. The second we took out the vacuum, he was fine to go back and start pooping. Like, I don't know, man. Bro is scared of, like, electronics. He's scared of weird things. Yeah, basically. Free DLC? Kind of. I mean, you can pay for it, you know? It's an option. Tis an... Oh, shit. Paid for since day one. Hey, some people have, yeah. Pay to win or pay to look good? What does that even mean? I can't even remember when I made this channel. I'm assuming like 2 years ago. This is truly the nichest of niches. Although dwarves aren't very niche, dwarves are actually quite popular, so maybe not. Maybe not. Niche hobbies are the best. I mean, Warhammer in itself I don't think is niche, but I mean, if I was a 40k streamer and I knew all the lore and I love Space Marines, we'd be cooking. Yeah, I really need to wrap this up. I don't even know. I think I have a free sub, I'm not sure. I think I've had a free sub forever and I don't even subscribe to myself. It's pretty scummy. I should. Well, I mean, I don't even watch. I'm not really on Twitch often. When I'm not streaming, I'm not usually on Twitch. I'm just too busy. Force yourself to like 40k in Space Marines? Oh god. My younger self did like Space Marines. I cannot deny. Mochi! Mochi! What the fuck is this dog doing? God damn it, Mochi! First it's the woman, then it's the dog, then it's the goddamn FBI, then it's the CIA. What do you want? What? Hey, stop it. She's in the bathroom. Good God, Mochi, be quiet for 2 dang minutes. Huh? I know he's insane. You went to the bathroom and he lost his shit. That's where I go to lose my shit, but not like Mochi. I go to poo-poo. Holy shit. Let me finish this chainmail. It's so ridiculous and you're not even gonna see it, but I know it's there, so it has to be done. Good God. Not to mention there's gonna be a belt buckle in front of it anyways. You won't even see it. That's good enough for me. That is way good enough for me. Jesus. Jesus. Okay, let me read chat. Isn't somebody to your main channel from this account a literal scam? You pay $5 and get less back? I'd use Twitch Prime. So no, I'd make money. Maybe if you play with these little dwarf men long enough, you'll start a cult following and we will all throw the Space Marines. Overthrow the Space Marines. You know what's interesting, though? I feel like one of the most popular factions in fantasy are the dwarves, period. And dwarven players are almost part of a cult anyways. Like, they really love dwarves. Case in point. Like, if there was ever a popular faction that could ever overthrow Space Marines from, like, fantasy, dwarves probably would be that. Kind of. Let me see if I can find a belt buckle. That's too big. These are a little bit too big. You know what? I can make it work. I was converted to Dwarves from Space Marines from this channel, had no idea what AOS is, now only played the Space Marine 1 game a few years ago. Dwarves are cool. Yeah. Honestly, I mean, that game is good, though. Space Marine 1 is very good. Space Marine 2 is going to be great, but not everyone loves Dwarves, but I feel like a lot of people do appreciate them. They're one of the easier factions to kind of just like. Maybe not love for some people, as is everything, but definitely like. What is shaking? Is the camera shaking? Is that a... Oh. You trying to say what's up? Pretty good. Oh, gotcha. We gotta leave soon. We have guests coming over. It's very late, but we do have to go. Today was a good day, though. We got the Dwarven pre-order finally. All the dwarves got announced. It was a very good day to be a dwarf fan, thankfully. Certainly took long enough. Yep, because they're leaving in the morning. They're like halfway staying over. Traveling. I don't know if I like that. Hmm. I've listened to the new Windrose stuff. Yeah, it's pretty good. Rock and Stone single. Hmm. Gone. don't know if I like that. In the center? Oh, it is in the center. It's just, you know. Just trying to figure out if I even like it. Oh, the new album should be really good, yeah. Tobias. That is me. What I could do is just sculpt something in instead. Kind of leave it at this. I don't know. Not really feeling it. I feel like the silhouette should be better, or should be different. Kind of don't mind that. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just messing around with, like, customization. I'm just trying to see what looks good, what doesn't. Mucking about. think I'm gonna sleep on it, honestly. I don't think my brain needs to be functioning anymore. Not to mention, they will be here basically any time now. I don't really know what I want to do with this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna sleep on it. Holy shit, my brain is working, too much brain damage. Hmm. Well, it just fell into the carpet. All of that for nothing. I'm out. Fuck that. I'm too tired. Anyways, that's it for me, folks. I have to go. Bagging out a belt buckle. Well, not... I mean, even these are kind of belt buckles. Like, with bits, it won't matter. It'll look better. Anyways, that's going to be it. I'm out of here. I will be on tomorrow, actually. We should be streaming League all day. So, with that being said, everyone take care. Stay safe, be well. I will catch you all tomorrow. Is this good? Yeah. I'm out of here, folks. Be well, stay safe. Thanks for hanging out. I know it wasn't much. I know I'm not talking too much, but I'm kind of in the groove and I'm losing my mind. That's it. Take care. Stay safe.